All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is Saturday. We got 4 games on the NBA slate tonight. Only 4 games, guys, and we're coming off of a bunch of games yesterday. Yesterday, we did not have our best night. You can go check out the record. We only had 1 winning play. We did hit our Prize Picks play there, so make sure you guys are checking out Prize Picks. We post that on the community tab, so at least we were profitable there. But in terms of YouTube plays yesterday, if I had my soundboard with me, which again, we're traveling, we're on the road, we only have the kind of a makeshift setup here, but I would give myself a womp womp after last night. Did not have a good night, but we look to bounce back here. But it is only 4 games, guys. And, I'm always one to admit when I lose, but a 4 game slate versus losing a couple units last night, you don't want to try and make it up in one night. So be smart about your, games today and your picks today because there's only 4 games, and I don't love any of these all that much. But we're going to jump into each game. I'll give you what I'm thinking, give you my lean, as I always do, but then my final plays will be in the pinned comment. And yeah, let's jump into it, guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, become a baller today. The members on the channel, you guys have access to the models that I make. Spread, total, and player prop models, all profitable so far this season. So make sure you check that out, guys. $2.99 a month. It's first and foremost a way to support the channel, but then secondarily, I'm trying to give you guys that value back. And I know most of you guys are like, it's only $2.99. Don't worry, but in my brain, I got to give you guys some value back, and I know that you guys have been enjoying the model so far. So if you're not a baller, consider becoming a baller today. But let's jump into this first game here, guys. We have the Toronto Raptors hosting the Dallas Mavericks here. Toronto 9-9 straight up, 10-8 against the spread. The Raptors 9-8 straight up, 4-12-1 against the spread. A terrible against the spread record. Your Raptors are 2.5 point dogs at home. Total is 215 here. And again, if the numbers differ at all on the graphic here, just because I screenshotted that probably an hour ago or so keep that in mind. Making do with what we have, like I tell you guys in every video. But total is 215 right now. I just don't see a world in which Dallas doesn't control this game. Now, does that mean that they win the game by 3 points? I'm not sure. These two teams played in early November, and the game was decided by 1 point, 111 to 110. Then even last time they played, which was late January last year, or this year, but last season, 102 to 98 was the total. So I do think that I lean Dallas in this one. The only notable injury here is Maxi Kleber, but he's upgraded to Pro Bowl. And then for Toronto, their injury report is pretty extensive here. Scotty Barnes is out. Precious Achiuwa has been out. Fred VanVleet is questionable. Pascal Siakam is out. He's been out. And then Otto Porter Jr. downgraded out. So I'm going to lean Dallas. I hope that this game goes a little bit differently than their last couple meetings that have been decided by 4 and 1 point. So I'm going to lean Dallas here minus 2.5. I think it's a good spot for me. I think they control this game. They're coming off 2 losses to Denver and Boston, and Toronto obviously is kind of in the you know what now too, with a couple losses in a row. I think they've lost 4 out of their last 6 games here. So in this one, I'm leaning Dallas. In terms of a total, though, I do see this one having a chance to hit the over. Toronto, even when they've been beaten and bruised, with the exception of last game, they had 122, 112, 115, 104, 113, 116. And then Dallas is, every now and then going for 122 or 117, 111. So that is a really, really tempting number at the over. So I peek at the over there, 214.5. Keep an eye on the pinned comment to see if that ends up ultimately being a final play. All right, moving on to OKC taking on Houston here. OKC traveling to Houston. Oklahoma City is our favorites on the road here. Houston +2 at home. Total is 231.5. The Rumbling covering Thunder. They're starting to get back to their ways. We gave them that nickname, and then all of a sudden they kind of stopped covering. Well, finally they get out of their rut. They win the game last night outright against Chicago, 123 to 119. They were underdogs in this one, and Houston actually winning a game outright against Atlanta here. I think that we look, and I think that we see a Rumbling covering Thunder. Make sure to check out the shirt in the store, the Rumbling covering Thunder. I think that we see them continue their success and get back to that Rumbling covering Thunder way. I'm going to lean the Thunder here minus the 2 points. I don't think Houston has really any interest in playing basketball, even though they got a win. But I sure as hell don't think they have any interest in winning 2 games in a row. So I'm going to go with the Thunder here. Minus 2, I just think is a good number. In terms of total, 231. I'm going to lean the under in this one. I know that both these teams, their defenses are nothing spectacular, and that's probably why this total is so high. And Thunder, they're going to run and gun and play pretty quickly. But their defenses, I do think that that's probably what's leading this total. The 29th and the 25th defense in the NBA. But I don't think Houston's offense is going to be able to keep up enough to really push this over. So I'm going to go with the under in this one too, 231 And guys, before we get to the last two games, I do want to talk to you about a couple things, guys. This video is brought to you by MyBookie. Guys, make sure to check out MyBookie. Really easy, simple sports book to use. Make sure it's legal in your state. You can find that in their frequently asked questions section. But if you use the code GBS and the link in the description, you'll get a % match on your first deposit there, guys. And they have a bunch of different odds, bunch of different types of plays, and different things that you can find on MyBookie. So definitely go check it out. It's an amazing interface. I think it's very, very simple to use. So make sure to check out MyBookie. Use that promo code GBS. And also, guys, ride of the day, use that hashtag ride of the day. We didn't have a ride of the day in last video. I didn't pick anyone last night, which is probably good because anything I touched turned to crap last night. So good thing for you guys, I didn't ride with anyone. But use hashtag ride of the day in the comments. I'll be jumping on board with one person's play, and you guys get a shout out, win or loss, in the next video here. All right, let's move on to the Lakers here, traveling to San Antonio. Spurs 6-14 straight up, 9-11 against the spread. The Lakers 6-11 against the spread, also 6-11 here straight up. Spurs 3-point dogs at home. Total is 230.5 here. These two teams just coming off playing yesterday. The Lakers did get the win, and they covered too, which is kind of interesting to me. This Lakers team, you really never know who's going to show up, and I mean that physically. Like, their injury report is always probable, questionable. Today, only one on the Lakers injury report is Pat Beverly, who is suspended for rocking DeAndre Ayton, if you guys saw that. But, it looks like Devin Vassell is also on the injury report here for San Antonio, same with Josh Richardson and Doug McDermott. So I think that I'm going to roll the dice again here and see if the Lakers can do it 2 games in a row. The spread is fine, -3. I don't think that that's all that bad. And they just beat them by, what was it? They covered last night. The final score last night was 105-94. So they clearly can do it. They have done it. So I'm going to roll the dice and see if the Lakers can do it 2 times in a row for us here. Lakers, -3 is going to be my lean. Total's 230.5. I'd probably also look at the under in this one too, but I don't love that one whatsoever. All right, we got the Jazz taking on the Suns. Suns 7-point favorites here at home. Total is 231. In their last 10 games, the Suns are 6-4. And against the spread, they're 6-4 as well. And then you look at the Jazz, and they started really, really hot. They're 4-6 in their last 10 games here. And against the spread, they're also 4-6. 2-4 on the road against the spread in their last 6 games, and 2-8 in their last 10 against the spread. Mike Conley's questionable. And for Phoenix, Chris Paul's questionable here. Landry Shamet's questionable. Utah coming off an 11-point loss last night to Golden State. Phoenix coming off of a pretty close game to Detroit. They were 12-point favorites, only won that one by 6 points. I'm going to lean Phoenix in this one, but I think, I said it in the last video, I think that this is going to be a type of game where if I were to roll with anything in this game, I do think that it's going to be something like Phoenix and a 5-point teaser, getting them down to -2 with someone else. So make sure to keep an eye on the pinned comment if I explain that and walk through it. In terms of a total, I like the over in this one as well. We have everyone's playing back-to-backs, so I think that that's obviously, and you guys know where I stand, a lot of people like back-to-backs equal unders. I think a lot of the times, not more than what you're thinking, but I do think a lot of the times back-to-backs can lead to absolute overs because guys are gassed and not playing defense. So I know that these two teams obviously played last night like the teams that we've talked about already. I just think that this total 230.5, I think both these teams can probably get up in the 120s here. Keep an eye on the pin comment to see if I roll with that. Finally, again, I'm not forcing anything tonight. 4 games. Don't love any of them. I'm not forcing them. So hopefully you guys understand that. But yeah, make sure to keep an eye on the pinned comment for all the final plays. Drop your ride of the days in the comments. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.